Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, February 21st. Again, I forgot my readers. Damn it.
Hey
Um,
everybody, how's it going?
Hi. So, again, Mr. Tuda is joining us for the night,
Hello.
along with Xavier.
Hello.
And we literally started 3 seconds after the thing came on and told me that it was showtime. Okay? So, there. Um, I happen to be having a drink tonight just because. And I actually brought it down so I can show you what I'm drinking.
Hey Autobot.
I just finished a bottle. This is the only liquor I drink other than wine, and this
I
is
did nothing to
Ghost
earn.
Tequila. Um, it's as spicy as can possibly be. Absolutely delicious.
Look
Um,
at you.
I'm not into straight alcohol at
So
all,
Frank,
but I
listen.
usually I drink it with like a little cranberry juice.
Yeah, sure. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
And like Robin, it's $300 a bottle, right?
Ah.
No, silly boy. But here in Florida, there's only like two places that sell it, so I have to actually go out of my way to buy it. So
That's right, Hooper. Bunch of drunks.
totally, we really are.
Yes,
Kind
yes,
of
yes,
amazing.
yes,
You know,
yes.
what's funny is when we first started the show, Grace and I
Oh,
used
I
to drink
remember that.
excessively. I mean,
Oh, can I tell the laptop story real quick?
go ahead.
Okay, so when the show first started, Grace and Monique, they liked their wine. So, and one day, not too long after they started, Monique's like, "Hey, our laptop stopped working, and I don't know what to do." I'm like, "Well, I mess around with computers from time to time. Send it to me." So I bring it, I get it, I open it up and start like looking through it, like, and nothing's working. Everything's like, what the hell? Then I realized what happened is I lifted the keyboard I removed the keyboard from the laptop, and it was all just saturated with wine. So they had literally spilled wine into
Was that my
the
fault?
into the Gunk laptop. So I cleaned it up, sent it back.
Did you send it back to me?
I'm pretty sure I did because I mean, or else I'd
Yeah, it's
still
probably
have
like
it.
5 laptops ago.
Probably.
I don't even use my MacBook anymore, because I'm so obsessed with this thing that I have right now.
Yes, yes, yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
yes, 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 yes. All right. I know I'm not supposed to eat chocolate or anything on air because I get shit from you guys, so I won't.
Yeah, well,
This is what I'm having tonight, intense orange. Oh,
listen, listen.
and
If you have a problem with it, don't give it to our Patreon. How's that?
while we're talking about my desktop, the way like all the stuff that I have on my desktop, which is all like basically shit. But I did get something in the mail today, and
What?
I've had my eye on one of these for a really, really long time, and I've been following a couple of forum groups that follow this, and I finally bought myself something called a bone record. Does anybody know what that is?
It, uh,
No.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Back in communist countries, back in the day, which would be maybe like in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, um, they weren't allowed to have Western music. And so what they used to do is they used to bootleg records and then record them on the only things that they had that were like a plastic that was a little bit malleable. And most of the time that happened. Okay, so here's the cover of it. You can see it's all in Russian. And
what a
so,
country!
wait, this is the most amazing thing in the world, and I'm obsessed with it. So, what they used to do is they used to record them on x rays. So, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh wow, yeah.
Totally.
That's a chest x ray. And so, you see that they recorded it right here, and they would record music on bones, hence the name Bone Records.
That
And so,
looks like Beth's clavicle.
well, wasn't sure what to expect when I got this, but it's really like fragile. It's kind of like just,
That's really cool.
I
You should
know, right?
you put it like in a light box so you can kind of like
Well, I'm gonna put it in like a frame that's like two sided, so at least I can put it up in the light or something. But I'm not even sure that you can actually see it.
Gary's gonna want one.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put it up here. All
Wow.
right. So it's just super cool, and this is from 1969. The more expensive ones are like more popular records. So It just kind of just depends on what it is, and they're all hand cut. And and yeah, so I've had my eye on these for forever, and I really wanted one. So I thought,
Oh, what's going on with your voice?
Mike.
You just
who?
Oh, no,
now
you're
Me?
you're
fine.
good. Now you're good. No, you're good. You're good now.
Did,
Oh,
did,
and here's all the stamps from Russia that came with it, and yeah, so I'm gonna hang it up at some
did,
point.
did you say
Very
what,
cool.
what musician it is, or?
Oh, you know what?
Is it autograph?
Yeah, it's
Sorry, that's the only Russian band I know.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure actually what it is, to be honest with you.
I love that you collect like really rare, cool stuff. Like people don't know that Mo is currently the number one bid for Ben's eye from from a couple years ago.
Yeah, I have my eye on that.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, so yeah, I'm really into that, and so yeah, Bone Records. So that's the start of my new obsession and collection thing because that's what I do. All right. So yes, it's a Russian punk band called Lennon and the Loogies. I could look it up, but I just don't want to detract from the show any longer than I have to because we have 27 clips we have to get to tonight.
27 clips.
Can't
Yeah, I
wait.
mean, we can maybe pass by some of those or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
how.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, go slow, please.
No, please take your time. Take your time. We have all
Yeah,
night.
before we start, everybody asked, "Where's Dennis?" I'm just out of curiosity.
Oh, well, I don't know. Dennis had some stuff to do. He called me on Monday and Tuesday rather, and he
Is,
said,
is
I'm
DJ
texting
is DJ Classics already kind of become more of his thing than this?
well, yeah, he's gonna.
Is he going Fillmore on us?
Yes, he's Fillmoring us.
Oh
He's
no!
Fillmoring. You know what?
I like
He would
Dennis.
never do that. He's not that guy.
Before we continue, can we ask for the Riley puppet back? Then?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to go to his house and steal it back.
Yes.
Truly.
Thank you.
But we are setting something up with Mr. Dangles for like a little puppet on
Oh,
puppet.
I can't
play.
wait.
Just
Mr.
haven't
Dangles is
really
fucking
gotten there
awesome.
yet. So yeah, I'm getting there. All right, so let's start with yeah, just getting that DJ's classic garage money.
He
Exactly.
is. He's already eclipsed us.
He probably has.
He's moved on to bigger, better things.
does.
That's the way it
Everybody
works.
does. Everybody does. All right, here's the opening. So this
Okay, wait. Am I low? People keep saying that I'm low. I've
Mm.
been told not to touch the volume anymore.
You sound fine.
Okay, let me look at your mic.
I mean, I'm whatever, but Frank is the second person that's mentioned it. So.
Liars.
All right, I boosted you a little bit on my side.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So here's the way it opened. They did a interpretation.
We
of
lost
Dirty
Puzzle.
Nightmare. Yeah, I know we did lose Puzzle, but
Damn it.
maybe I'll get her in the divorce. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. All right, here we go. Beginning of the show.
Down vocal. Anyway, we did that because, excuse me, John 5, the guitar player, he's going to be on Howard. He's going to be on Howard 101. Hold on, my mic is slipping.
Yeah, they were all fucked up this morning.
He's going to be on Howard 101 as our guest DJ in a brand new episode.
So what they're doing basically is this dude, John 5, I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him. Yeah, I don't know him at all, but that's what the dude looks like. And he's going to be the guy doing his favorite records on Friday or some shit like this. Oh, he's guitar player for Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie. That's who he is. There you go. And he's got that
right
weird
on.
look.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. So as he's talking about this, again, all he did all morning was bitch about having to be in Miami. I did look up once again where I do believe he was staying. Let me pull that up right this second. Give me a second right here. I just want to show you where he's staying. All right, here. Let's go there. This is the Sky Penthouse at One Hotels, and this happens to be directly across the street from where the Sirius studios are. So it's and the reason I think it's this place is because he doesn't like anywhere where he has to be around people. and he wants it to be so that there's nobody above him, so and nobody below him. So this is a two-story suite, and he did happen to mention yesterday how he went downstairs to make himself something to drink or like to have some tea or something. And this is really the only one that has like both an upstairs and a downstairs. And the minimum for this place is like $10,000 a night.
The fake story is that he made himself anything.
Right. So it's a penthouse and 3,184 square feet, feeds 8 people, and it's really just 2 bedrooms, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's where the man is bitching from, just so you know. So
Whenever I look at that, I just think about how Wendy, needs $5. She calls him, or any other whack packer. Like, it just infuriates me. Like,
you would think that everybody on the staff could donate as if it's a lottery, $5 a month. That's what 70 people, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. That $350 that they could donate $5 a month and give it to whichever whack packer they feel deserves it the most that month. Easily.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm sure they're gonna roll that over into a 401k.
You know, even if it pays for her to
Yeah, exactly. That was the difference between them and success.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
you don't think it's gonna change Jeff the Drunk's life if he gets $5 a month?
You know what?
No,
He'll be able to buy more cough medicine. That's
funny
about
you
it.
should say that because I received an email from somebody the other day who wanted to tell me about his Jeff the Drunk experience.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting. And I'm not going to, let me see if I'm not going to obviously tell you who the guy was or
It was me.
already. Yes, exactly. It was exactly you.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Oh, so many things to talk about. My goodness. Somebody sent me another headshot of Howard where we think that that could absolutely be his wig. So I want to throw that.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. when they pulled his scalp back.
I was like,
Magically.
yeah, exactly. She said, I only have the clip of it. I only
I
have
forgot
the
all
screen cap
about
of
that one.
And she couldn't find the actual. Yeah, sadly.
I'm sure it's been scrubbed.
Oh my God, totally.
Yes.
Okay, here's the
Send it to me so I
story.
can GIF it,
Here's
please.
the story. I'm not sure who it's from. I know who it's from. I'm not going to give his name. Okay, the summer after John Lieberman did his embedded at Jeff the Drunk's trailer, this dude was in Saratoga for some reason or another. At the end of this day, when he was wherever he was, he grabbed a case of Budweiser for Jeff the Drunk and headed off to see if he could find his trailer. After about 75 minutes of driving, it was becoming clear Google Maps doesn't really know where Jeff the Drunk lives. It's getting dark. I'm in the middle of nowhere. After a quick prayer and a little recalibration, I'm turning into what I think is Jeff the Drunk's trailer park. And sure enough, he's the last trailer on the right. Has 3, maybe 4 satellite dishes on the roof. With it being completely dark out, only a small light coming from inside the trailer gives me hope he's home. I grab the case of beer, knock on the door, and hear Jeff yell, "Come in." I opened the door and stepped inside, and Jeff was sitting at the kitchen table, probably doing something on Periscope. I explained what was going on, and he acted like people unexpectedly come in, and it's pretty common to him, but he didn't say that. He was calm, not yelling, not worrying about who I was or what I was there to do. After talking for a bit, I could tell he liked having company. So I stayed for about an hour. We watched TV, and he was playing like some golf on his PlayStation. The next year, he was in the same spot, decided to go check on him. This time, he must have used his Periscope money, and he had updated his trailer and his deck and patio. It looked nice. Anyway, I knocked on the door and walked in after he called
Nice.
out to me. He remembered me from the year before and told me to come sit at the table with him. We talked. He showed me how he did his cameos, and again, he seemed glad somebody was there. There must have been a thing or two that were displaced, and I asked Jeff if I could organize whatever it was. Before long, somehow, I was cleaning Jeff the Drunk's trailer. I didn't
Jesus.
I didn't mind and remembered cleaning the stovetop kitchen counters and kitchen sink. I asked if I could go through the cupboard and organize it and throw out some old shit. He said no. So I said, okay. I sat back down. We talked some more. The conversation was coming to an end. I said, Jeff, I'm leaving. Is there anything you need help with? I don't mind doing it. He said there was, and he needed someone to change a light bulb above his toilet. My stomach turned, imagining the storm that I might have just stepped into. Over and over, I told myself, just don't breathe, just don't look down. We grabbed a step ladder and headed off from his bedroom to his bathroom. Despite my best efforts, I catch a glimpse of the toilet, and amazingly, it was empty and clean. I leave shortly after, and I probably would never see Jeff the Drunk again.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh, is this you think of male or female saying this
It's
or
the
writing?
guy. It's the
Okay.
guy.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. It was just so cute. It was, that he actually helped him out, and I was like, oh, that's so cute of you that you actually cleaned up for him. But yeah, let's study Howard's head right here because I'm fascinated by this. Look at that. Look at that pushback of the hair. You know what that looks like? Bozo the Clown. That's like
That's
Bozo the
natural.
Clown. It's
That is
very
natural.
bizarre. So if anybody can find this clip, that would be really much appreciated. I wish Sean was here. I wish Boff was here. Boff would probably find it for us. That was in 1981, just so you all know. Okay. So we digressed enough. Let's go back. Here we go.
Wait, did you say what that was? Was it a wrestling? Obviously, wrestling.
Some wrestling thing he did with two chicks in 1981, and they
Okay.
pulled back his hair, and that's what everybody saw. And this person screen capped it and said, I can't find the actual video of it. It's completely scrubbed from the internet. But I took this like years ago, and here you need to see it.
Because obviously, it'd be before pay-per-view, right?
1981, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't know what was going on.
One of those videotapes he made.
What the scenario was, but if there was ever a job for Arm, this would be it. I'll tell you. All right, so let's move on. So the whole first part of the show was him bitching about various and sundry things. Here we go.
Billy Gibbons. You know what? I'm in Miami. It's a different studio. There's a million things that can go wrong. Of course, my microphone.
Wait. Pause.
Right, but
He just said it's a different studio. He hasn't been in a studio in years, basically.
Well, he was in the studio in New York.
It's just a stupid. Oh, it's a different studio. What compared to the two finished basements?
Yes, compared
What
to
a
his
sea, what a sea monkey that guy is.
totally.
I'm trying to be cool. I'm exhausted. I got up at 3:00. Well, I'll bitch to you in a minute. I'll tell you why I'm
Shit is still
miserable
not together.
today. Because people should know I'm miserable. I'm here for John Cena, which I'm excited about. I'm a big John Cena fan.
No,
I
he's
love
not.
his role as Peacemaker, and
all
I
he mentions.
really like him in Ricky Stenicki. So I'm anxious to talk to him. And he's driving down from Tampa. I guess.
All right, let's consider this. Driving from Tampa to Miami is probably about 6 hours, something like this. And no complaints out of John Cena. But Howard, who lives like an hour and 15 minutes away from Miami, all he did was bitch. He
And
couldn't
keep in
shut
mind,
up.
he's not driving. He's in the back seats taking a nap.
Exactly.
In an SUV. So it's not like he's actually even doing anything.
No, of course not. Let me just see how long it is from Tampa to Miami right this moment. Let's see. Tampa.
By the way, I just want to say he always says I'm a huge fan of this person, that person. Like Letterman, Kimmel, Fallon, they have hundreds of guests, and they don't need to say I'm your fan. I know everything. Like it's just
Great
a normal, organic thing. Like he always has to pretend like he's this fan,
4 hours and 15 minutes. I thought it was actually longer from Tampa to Miami. 4 hours, 15 minutes. But no complaints. John drove down. Not even an issue.
He lives in Tampa, and he wanted to get together in the studio. And since I was in Florida, I figured I'll come to Miami. But coming to Miami for me is a big mistake.
Well, I hope he's not in as bad a mood as you.
Oh, I'm in the
Tampa's
worst
a longer
mood.
drive.
Oh, I don't know why. We should have just done it over Zoom.
Of course.
like normal.
Like every other
Yeah.
interview you've done other than Billy Joel and the one time you went to Miami and the time you were in New York. How many times has he been in New York since? I should add that to the calendar. I'm going to make a special notification of the days that he goes into the studio just so we can see how many days out of the year he's actually gone in there. So, yeah, I have a lot of clips to get to. Xavier, I was telling Mr. Judy this.
Yes.
I'm going to call you MJ for right now. So I have 27 clips. It's a lot to get to, so I'm just going to kind of go through a bunch of stuff.
I know in light of the problems in the world, this seems minor to everyone else,
Oh,
but I'm
really?
old and I'm crotchety and I have my, I was young and crotchety. Now I'm really crotchety. And when I'm taken out of my routine, I'm a mess. And I'm so neurotic. Like I'm leaving my house to come to Miami last night. I left my house at 4:30 and I was like, oh, I got to eat my dinner at 4 o'clock. I better not drink too much water because I'll have to pee in the car because it takes me 2.5 hours in Florida rush.
Okay, so stop right now. So it takes him 2.5 hours during rush hour. Why would you leave at that time? Why would you leave at that time? Like, why wouldn't you just go right after the show is done? It's an hour 15 at that moment. There's no traffic. There's nothing else going on. Why wouldn't you leave then? Why would you have to leave until 4:30?
More important to state the obvious, it's irrelevant. He's literally sleeping in the back of a Suburban.
He could leave
the
it
whole time there.
Leave at 7 o'clock at night and go right to bed when he gets.
I guarantee you, he's like a fifth grader after a field trip to the zoo, going back to school, just passed out with drool coming out of his cheek.
Yep.
Again, the worst. He can only find the worst thing to talk about. I was in the car. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's all he's got. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shower to get down to Miami. And I got to pee. And then if I have to pee, we're going to have to stop on the road and I'm going to be uncomfortable. So I won't drink any water. And I better get all my work before I have to leave. And then
less than 90 minutes.
I'll call John Hine and we'll discuss John Cena. But I like to be in front of my computer. I start and then
Right,
I'm like,
even that is not as comfortable as it could be.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that this is the ultimate in white
coming from Robin has the physical prowess of a futon at this point. Who is she to even say open her mouth?
Just break your contract and retire. It's okay. It's fine.
No.
We'll be okay.
When Beth is buying $2,000 pair of jeans just to take a picture, he can't afford to retire.
Exactly.
He can't afford to retire. I got news for everybody.
Can you even imagine, though, seriously? Like, you got off air at 10:10 yesterday because you had to get ready to leave to go to Miami. This is the reason you blew out at 10:10. So why weren't you packed already? You need one outfit for one night. Seriously.
It's not even a night. It's not even a night.
It is.
You can literally, if you can make the trip on a bicycle, it's not an overnight.
He could have just driven home. He could have.
Literally.
Yeah.
Is it at all possible that since Ralph passed away, he his whole life has been messed up? Like, meaning he can't, with the clothes and everything else.
Hey, listen, since Ralph died, his butthole has been tighter. That's the only thing that's changed.
It's the only thing that's changed. That's really it. And that now Beth is buying him some clothing. He's never comfortable. That's exactly right. Yeah, let's go on because
here's the thing. He never will be. Never.
Yeah.
It'll never happen.
Okay, so then, as if it was last week again, because we had this discussion last week, it's like Groundhog's Day, duty issues, obviously.
Oh, and then I was like, I got to move my bowels before we leave the house because if I time this right, I don't like making a duty outside of my house. I don't want to make a duty in the hotel because I have those wipes.
Yeah.
And I don't like using wipes. I love the Toto toilet. What it does is it spritzes water you out. I don't have to use wads and wads of these chemical wipes to stick in my asshole. So I'm like, please God, let me just take a dump before we leave. Because if I take a big one, I'll be completely evacuated for 24 hours.
Now I'm wondering if it's worse to pray that you win a football game.
Frank the Tank, yes. Jesus fucking Christ, who pays for this garbage? I do. I pay for this garbage so that you don't have to. That's who pays for it. Me.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
Listening to this guy talk, and this is the same person that Beth wanted to take to Paris. Can you imagine that nightmare Senor Perros is like what? Like 8-hour flight ish.
Oh, I beg of you, swing back in just another 2 clips to hear everything you need to hear about this. Okay. So now, not only do we have duty issues, we also have pee issues because apparently, now I'm not really sure how the studio is set up down there in Miami, but apparently, no, it's
It's
not
a
worse.
studio.
It's not worse. It's a studio. Yeah, I think like a couple of people work out of the Sirius XM studio in Miami. But apparently they have issues with where people can go pee. So of course, Howard has his own green room and that's where he pees. So let's listen to this story.
I can't do it in the green room at Sirius because there's no way to flush those toilets. They put in
What?
those automatic toilet flushers
Oh,
in my green room.
yeah.
Last time when I was here for Billy Joel, I had my own green room. I'd go in and pee, and I'm like, I had to get back on the air, and I'm like, I don't know how to flush this fucking toilet. I go in there before I leave after the Billy Joel interview, and I peed in my toilet, and there's no way to flush it. I walk out, Billy's waiting outside my green room. He says, hey, they said I could use your bathroom here, because for some reason they built this facility in Miami, and they didn't provide bathrooms for the guests.
So he goes on to say that Billy had to use his bathroom and he was freaked out that that his pee was still in the toilet. And what would happen if Billy went in there and saw that his pee was in there and he was freaking out about it. A whole story.
Wow.
A whole story. Yeah.
Wow. He got fooled by 1992 technology. Does he know there's always that little button on top of the sensor that you can do the manual flush?
Exactly. And if it's
What
not
a
on the front,
dick.
it's on the side.
He
Everybody
truly
knows
is
that.
a bitch, isn't he?
If he leans
Truly
over,
is a bitch.
he's gonna trip and fall. So
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
he doesn't want to. He can't do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so let's move on. So apropos to what you just said, Xavier, here we go. Hang on.
You see the angst and the terror I go through when I have to leave the house? It's not worth it. My wife's talking seriously about taking me to Europe this summer. I'm petrified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's really freaking me out. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But inside, I'm like, no, don't go.
Yes, she's trying to like suck him into going with the Kimmels. I'm sure of it.
So that would be Italy, right?
It would definitely be Italy. It definitely be Italy. And Jimmy will go anywhere if Howard says he wants to go see X, Y, and
Art.
Z and go see some art. But you know what? And it's the funniest part about it is that nobody knows who he is overseas. Like nobody. Big, gangly, freakish-looking man. That's the only reason you look at him. I have a friend named Bill who also happens to be extremely tall. Hi, Bill, if you're out there.
Hey.
He works in radio as well, and he's I would say he's probably about 6'6". And we would walk down the block, go for lunch or something, and people always looked at him. And they always looked at him because he's really fucking tall. And they always asked him if he played basketball, and he'd lie, and of course basketball. And I could see why people would look at somebody who's tall, but it's not because you're Howard. It's because you're a gangly 6'7".
Literally,
That's why.
in Europe they would confuse him for the Babadook at worst.
Yes, they would. Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually goes to Europe this summer. I think that Beth will finally get him to go, since she didn't get to go to Paris during the I know. So okay, so they start talking about going to Europe, and if you think the peeing here is bad.
There are toilets. I went on this road trip in Italy once, and when we went to it was a hole in the floor.
Oh, yeah. I've had my share of that. I used to go camping when I was a kid.
It's so cute. All of us who have ever been to Europe have had our share of that, or been anywhere in the world have had our share. You open up the door to the stall, which is
to be fair, Robin was helping pack Christopher Columbus
exactly
before he set sail.
Mr. Judy, did you ever go anywhere where there's like holes in the floor for toilets?
Maybe once. No, I've never been to like Africa or something.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Bro, they have them in Europe, bro.
They have them in Europe. They have them out like in the outskirts in Italy. I definitely saw them all over China. I mean, it's like that's the way people piss and shit. But of course, here,
Oh.
Howard's going to give us a lie number
Dude,
794.
I remember once we were like over by like Notre Dame area, and it was like after like, wow, no, it was like after 1 o'clock. So you got to go and use the bathroom, and literally there's a hole in the middle of the room, and people just literally urinate and defecate around there because they didn't want to get. So as the night progressed, the poop got closer and closer to the door.
Oh, that's
This
disgusting.
this
And
was
that
a public.
police.
That's
this
a
is a-
public bathroom?
That was Paris, bro.
No, a public bathroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it was like a disco or
Paris.
something.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
in the
too.
it wasn't in the church, was it?
No, you know what? I only use Western in Morocco. I use Western toilets. In Japan, it was hit and miss. You know.
When I was in South Africa, I did not experience that. I did experience it in China. I experienced it in Bali, and I experienced it in Italy.
Do you had a Papa squat?
And no, I looked, I saw, and I was like, yeah, I can wait.
What about your last trip?
Where did I go? Egypt? No, shockingly, no. Egypt and Jordan, there was none of that.
Most tourist traps places have Western toilets, so that's not really that big.
No. But when you do travel outside of like the norm,
Yeah, well, still.
it's probably natural for that to happen. See, this is why I didn't want to say anything. I'm not trying to humble brag. I'm just talking about fucking toilets. I hate you people. I hate all of you.
It's literally shitters, guys.
It's just we're talking about shit.
Literally.
Exactly. Well, let me continue the clip.
Huh?
And I shat in a lot of holes. And I'll tell you
Sure
what,
did.
my body shuts down when I see a hole. That
It
ain't
does
right.
shut down for the
Oh,
whole-
yeah.
I never
Oh
did a
my
fluffy
God.
duty in a hole. Just saying.
When I was a kid, I went to summer camp, and you had to build your own latrine.
Sure, you did.
It was one of these summer camps that, if it was for people that had no money, and evidently either my parents had no money or they were just like, hey, fuck him. I'm not going to waste money on him having fun.
Let him dig latrines.
They let him dig latrines for the summer and lash a lean-to and sleep outside and get spider bites.
Yeah, I don't think camp was really like that for you, Howard.
Yeah, not where he went.
Did he go to camp in Poland?
Yeah, exactly. Where exactly were we at this particular time and space? Yeah, he kind of went on this a little bit. Let me see if that's my next clip. Yeah, here it is. Hang
What
on.
was it, Wellmet or whatever?
The Camp Wilmot. That's where he went.
Because, when my father died, he had money. And I'm like, I had to go to a $300 summer camp. $300 for 6 weeks? That's where you sent me? You had fucking dough. He had money.
So, okay, here's a funny story. So, summer camp during the 60s, it became a very big thing. And it was segregated into like either you went to like a YMCA Christian one or you went to one of these Jewish ones. And they were all around the same price. It's not like where your kids went, Howard, which would be Camp Bryn Mawr in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, which I know for a fact that they all went there, which is probably like $14,000 for the friggin' summer. I think it cost something like, I don't know, like $300 a night to go to the summer camp that his kids went to. And so he's bitching about the fact that his dad actually sent him away and allowed him to go somewhere for the summer. I never got to go to summer camp as a kid. I just didn't. I went to a local YMCA camp, which was like I had like 2 overnights like the whole time.
And didn't he like mad tear at camp?
Thank you.
Like, so
Yeah.
like, was it bad or was it good, Howard?
The story always changes.
Yeah.
So the bathrooms are horrible, but you got 1,000 girls. Okay,
Oh, he dug his own bathroom, Judy. He dug his own bathroom.
He dug his own girl, probably.
So 2022 money. Oh, here, 2024 is $3,130. Now, let us not forget that his father paid $14,000 for their home. Okay, so that's 14,000. Okay, so that's $14,000 for his home. So, which today is like $146,000. So you spent $3,000 for your child to go to camp, which was like a percentage of his entire home cost. to send you away. You ungrateful. See you next Tuesday. You're just a horrible human being.
And it wasn't it always true. All I was doing was trying to get away from my parents. So and I was so happy to be there. Like it just never makes any sense.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing that he says ever makes sense. He just doesn't. So he's still pissed at his dad. Here we go.
I paid for everything. When I got on the radio,
Listen to this.
I had no money and stuff. And my dad helped me out with a credit card for gas because you couldn't afford gas on 96.
His dad helped him out with a credit card. Okay? So after his dad helped him with his rent, his dad bought him a car. His dad paid for his full ride at BU. His dad paid for him to go to school for communication.
My parents never helped me with a credit card. I mean, and I'm not complaining.
No, I never got help with a credit card.
Dollars a week. So I said I'm going to pay my dad back. I was buying them cars. I remodeled their whole house.
Yeah, okay.
I paid for their new home as they got older. And I paid for everything. I just assumed my father had no money because he was sending me to a $300 camp.
Can you imagine that this is what you think
And he
about?
wouldn't fix up his house. He died. I opened up the will. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You got to be kidding me. No wonder he died. My mother goes, your father was always smart with money.
So instead of being proud of the fact that your father had money when he died and was able to get through 95 years of life, right? Instead of being proud of that, and instead of being happy that you make so much money that you can afford to give your parents absolutely everything that your parents could possibly.
Mo, didn't he say before he died that he was paying for everything because they had no money left? But now he's saying after he died, then he had tons of money.
Well,
There
because
you go.
he saw the will. He has said this time and time again that he had no idea that his father had money. And that's also very bizarre to me because I even when my father passed away, I was very involved with their finances, my mother's as well, because they're older. And so, of course, you want your children to be in charge of your money as you're aging. And it's just bizarre to me that he had how does he not have that, what is it called? What is that thing that you have with your parents when you can do things for them? Help me. I have one with my mother.
Living trust,
They're not a living trust. The thing that says that you can move monies, you can do stuff, you can
power of attorney.
power of attorney. How is it that Howard and or his sister didn't have a power of attorney for his parents and know exactly how much money they had?
Because it's fake. It's all made up.
It's just
Every time the story changes a little.
And
Yeah.
he was like a multi-millionaire. He wouldn't even care anyway. What,
Why would
20,
he
30
care?
years? Yeah.
Why would you care now?
30 years ago, you shouldn't be
Why do
caring.
you still
40
lament
years.
sadness over the fact that you made your parents happy by helping them and doing stuff for them? Who amongst us wouldn't be thrilled to be able to move
Because
their parents into a new home and fix it up and make
it's
it
lazy radio. If he doesn't bitch about his parents, he would
Exactly.
actually have to come up with
Bitch.
content.
He's-
Let's say
That's how it is.
I'm being crazy. If it was $500,000, I mean, does it matter to him?
doesn't matter to him
Because he would get 2,500 and whatever.
And,
I mean,
and
250.
do you think if he had $500,000, like, do you think that Howard and his sister split that and he took the money? Like, do you think that? I do.
I don't know.
I think he would take the money, just like when Robin's father sued for mesothelioma, and she took the money and had no thoughts about it whatsoever. She was like, "Fuck you, I deserve it."
And that karma worked out well for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Sinlu. I know. Listen, it's the only parents you have, okay? And you do what you can and whatever. We all do.
Yeah, Mo. But once again,
This conversation all the
this
time.
this is show filler. That's all it is.
I know.
It's
But it drives me
the easiest thing. If anybody's ever worked with more than two people, the easiest thing to do is just bitch about shit.
Yeah.
That's all he does. He just bitches and bitches, but never. This is supposed to be a comedy show, right?
And if they were so evil, he would never help them at all.
No, you wouldn't, right? Because it was such horrible human beings to you that you would say, fuck this, I'm out, and never
Yeah.
talk to them again.
He would have artied them.
Exactly. Okay, so then we had a discussion about tipping at the hotel, which of course always amazes me when you're worth $800 million. But let's go. Sure,
Then
why
I
not?
get to the hotel and I'm leaving money for the chambermaid. I don't know if people still do that, but I've been trained to do that. And then I'm like,
Who trained you to do that? Who exactly trained you to do that? Your parents who never really went anywhere? Your parents who never really went anywhere with you? Who exactly trained you to do this?
Allison.
I was there for 2 hours and I'm leaving like I'm shelling out 40, 50 bucks, because I don't
2
want them to
hours.
think I'm cheap.
Right, of course.
Right.
Then I go downstairs to leave the hotel and I don't have any bags or anything, but some dude opened my car door.
He has no bags, but he's the same person who YouTubed just yesterday about his bag and having somebody who knows how to pack it, because he had to pack a bag
Absolutely.
overnight, where he could have ostensibly worn the same jeans that he wore down there, just changed his shirt and his underwear after he showered, a couple of toiletries, and called it a day. But okay.
And you know what? He acts like nobody ever opens his door. His driver,
For a
I
tip.
guarantee, he opens his doors all the
I
time.
just want to get it to this Miami studio, see Robin, yap up for a little bit, and then talk to John Cena and go home.
Well, that's the thing about traveling, tipping.
Oh my God. So I had a 20 on me. I had to give the guy $20 for opening the door.
I know. I love with that.
You know what I mean?
I'm out of all the small bills. There's
And I'm
so much
trying.
money in here.
And I'm running late and I'm trying, it's like running the gauntlet of various things just to get to the car and get it here to Miami. But
Running the gauntlet of various things. So again, I'm going to go back to that one hotel. Let's see where it is on the map. I just need you guys to know this, because it just drives me absolutely batshit. All right, 2341 Collins Avenue. Let me copy and paste that into my little thing here. And then let us do directions from Sirius XM, Miami. Oh, it's not really coming up, Sirius XM, Miami. That's curious. Well, suffice it to say, it's literally down the block. So he's tipping somebody for holding the car door open for him. Yeah, I got nothing. I really have nothing about this. I really have nothing.
But he probably has a bodyguard there, probably opening the door. That he's either is already
driver.
getting.
His
Yeah,
driver, anyone.
who is this mystery? Is it the hotel guy working at the hotel? I don't know.
And you know what? It's so weird, because the only time I really tip somebody at a hotel is if I have bags and they put them in the car for me and they get the cab for me or whatever it is. There's certain things that you tip for and certain things that you don't. But whoever wrote it in the chat just now, it's like you're paying $10,000 a night for a room. The $40 that you just expended is no big deal. Okay,
He's complaining about tipping. Yeah.
Yes, of course he is. Of course he is. And so they went on with that for a little while. So it was curious that a couple of people pointed out in the listening thread today how he didn't know how to say the word tush today. So they're talking about ZZ Top. And, well, they were talking about great guitarists. And of course, that idiot who builds all those stupid fucking Van Halen guitars has to come on and throw his 2 cents in.
Of course.
And Howard's talking about how he loves the guitarists from ZZ Top. And then the most delicious thing happened. This has to be my clip of the day. The most delicious thing happened because Fred called him out and Howard got really uncomfortable, and you have to hear the whole clip to appreciate what was happening. Okay, this is just the best clip ever because Fred really gave it to him. Here we go.
yes, Steve Nowicki, Fred Norris, 2 big guitar mavens. What can I tell you?
And Billy is great. Which album is your
Yeah.
favorite by Billy? With
You mean which ZZ Top album?
So Howard knows no music, right? He's just
Zero.
a loser. Listen to this conversation. It's fabulous.
which album do you like the best?
Now that's a tough question.
Sure it is.
What do I like the best?
What do I like? Let me Google.
All of them sort of blend
He's
together.
Googling right now. He's Googling desperately.
He's the top when I was a disc jockey at WR&W back in the day,
Right.
1976.
Sure.
And
Googling.
No, God, I like them all. I don't know that I have a favorite. I don't even know that I'm that familiar with what cuts are on what album. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well,
if I
name
can
a
give you
song.
Wow.
Name
Now
a
he's
song.
like, I don't even know that band. He's,
Listen. So you know somebody has now given him the list, okay?
Yeah.
And he doesn't really realize what he's reading, and this is what he says.
Right. Well, that's Tres Hombres.
You mean? So I don't know.
Well,
if I can
name a
give you
song.
oh,
Lagrange.
Any song.
Tush.
Lagrange- Well,
Tush.
that's Tres Hombres.
Tosh.
That's
And
right
right
out the box.
Jesus Just Left Chicago.
Tush.
Those 2 songs back to back.
All right. Thank you, Fred.
Ah,
oh man.
I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some Tosh.
Tush.
What a dick.
I think they're in an eternal fight, like 15-year fight or something. They just,
Fred hates him. Fred knows that he's a poser, and that's why he did that to him. And I would almost guess that he got some shit after the show today.
or maybe they'll even take it out. Yeah, go on.
Oh, I wonder. Oh, that's interesting. Probably.
There's a chance. There's a 50-50 chance.
Because he wants to get in the Rock and Roll of Fame, then something like this will not be good.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Do
But
you
yeah,
guys think he even knows the song Legs?
No.
No.
No, he doesn't know any music.
You don't know anything, dude.
He doesn't know anything. All right, so now we get into the best part of the whole day, which is where we find out who had to come down to Florida to hold Howard's hand in order for this conversation to happen. And so we find out that Gary is there, but it's not just Gary. It's not just Gary because they have to put on the show because, of course, according to the Pelican Brief, breakfast will be served. We need to, pull out the red carpet for everybody and blah, blah, blah. But talk about like
Hello.
a colossal waste of spending for the Stern Show. And,
Burning cash.
Gary will just go to the opening of a friggin' paper bag. He just needs to be there and do everything. And, oh, wait, hold on. Clark's Bananas saying he did an interview with Billy Gibbons and Billy pronounced it like Howard did in the clip.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
No. No way. No way.
I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some Tush.
Tush?
Tush.
Tush?
Tush.
Tush. Okay.
Well,
I can't even.
100%, if you Google them, what Howard said is what pops up. So there's that.
All right. So let's listen to what Gary did to go to this interview. Here we go.
It's just weird being in Miami. And
can't play
Fafa
the song.
Fooey is here. He flew down to Miami, and John Hine is here. I don't
Does
know
it
what
give
he
you
do.
comfort when you see Papa Fooey?
Not really. No. I don't know what he's doing here. Actually, maybe he's here to like when John Cena gets here. He's here to greet him. Hello, how you doing? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. What do you?
See, how do you not know? I mean, we had this discussion earlier, Xavier and I. It's like, how do you not know why your producer is there? How do you not know?
Absolutely. Under
What-
normal circumstances, a production company sends at least the night before the itinerary for the next day on an Excel sheet, and it has everybody's call times,
No,
what they're supposed to be doing throughout the day.
These are his
So
people.
how is Howard so oblivious to the shit that's going on in his own company?
It's crazy. He listens to the rest.
What are you doing here, Gary? It's weird seeing Gary in person. I haven't seen him so long. I rarely see Gary
You saw him in
anymore,
December.
except on like
Yeah.
Zoom. And he's here.
Wait, was Gary there for the Billy Joel thing last week?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
or
He had to be
wasn't he at the house when he had all the like celebrities there?
for his birthday.
Of course he
Yeah,
was.
of course he was. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
But Robin's
He is-
only
Gary
once.
is the biggest sponge, dude.
Oh, it's crazy.
He's
But
such a
Robin was there
sponge.
too, right? Robin was there for the birthday.
No, I just mean she's seen him once, and he's seen Gary probably half a dozen times, right?
Exactly. All right, here we go.
Today he was I came out of the bathroom, he was standing there and he goes, the guys are discussing what you're going to do next, like with some ideas that they have. And I went, yeah, I know. And then he goes, okay, Will, go ahead. And I'm like, who needed you to say go ahead?
What is he, a band leader?
Yeah, like he's
he's conducting.
So he's looking all over the place for Gary, looking for Gary. And now you just heard the conversation about how Howard has a green room and Howard had to go to the bathroom and didn't know how to use the flush, right? So,
Yes.
so finally he gets a hold of Gary. He's looking for him.
Where is he? I don't know. Steve Brandano evidently came down here with Baba
Sure, why
Booey
not?
to Miami.
Because why not?
I think
why
the
not?
two of them are going to welcome John Cena. I don't know. I'm pretty sure John Cena is going to be
They're going to walk
annoyed.
hand in hand.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Say, welcome, John.
Hey, guys, you want to come in here and tell everyone what you're doing here? I mean, I know why John is here. John Hines here.
Hello?
He's in charge of research and stuff, we guess.
Yeah.
But
How did he get that job? How does John Hine get that job? Is it because he was
That's a really good question, bro.
teacher back in the day, so he knows what he's doing? This is like his reason for existing on the Stern Show now.
Howard feels comfortable with him. It's
Maybe-
like
Yes.
Shuli. It's Shuli moves around and John's moved around several times. Go on.
Hey,
Sorry.
you know what? Maybe John's there to remind Cena of George the Animal Steel or something.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Hang on.
I honestly
You
don't know
haven't
what
figured out
Gary.
what Gary's doing.
No. All I saw was like, Will, okay, go ahead, talk to Howard. And I was like, well,
Well,
oh,
I was in the bathroom.
oh, okay. Good.
No, it's-
So
this is on the other side of the building,
You
Howard.
see, you've identified what I'm talking
No,
about.
it's and by the way, I went in earlier to pee, and the bathroom that we're allowed to use is only a
The bathroom we're allowed to use. Listen to this.
stall, and someone was in it.
I mean, it's one toilet.
Right? No urinal.
Oh my god!
So I left and went back like a half an hour later.
Gary's not allowed to be in the executive bathroom.
Clearly not. There's one
it's a
bathroom.
zoning thing with wild animals, I think.
But isn't there like a law that you have to have X amount of bathrooms for X amount of people?
Well, Americans with Disability Acts, yes, absolutely. You have
Yes,
to
right? I
adhere
mean-
to certain coding.
So let's find out. Let's find out why Gary is there, because it's all about the Stern experience.
Hello?
You need to, here we go.
What are you doing here? I don't mean that.
I'm here to meet the guest and to bring the guest in. I deal with the PR people
Sure,
and I deal with the guests.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
What does Steve Brandano do?
Same. We work together.
Yeah, hold on.
We have two guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that
Boy.
Steve has something to say, and then I let him talk.
No, we really we want the guests to have a great experience. So that
Ooh.
guests, their people and all that.
Right.
We want to make sure everyone's happy.
Who
All right,
wants
so
to
two
watch me
men-
eat chocolate?
I've had no chocolate today.
So what's going to happen when John Cena gets here? What are you going to exactly do?
Well, Steve will bring them in, and he, deal with the PR people. I'll go
Listen to this.
This is
Listen to
amazing.
give them a little quick hello about what's going to happen, and then I'll bring them outside the door. When you call for them, I'll bring them in and sit them down.
Oh,
And
nice. I didn't
Yes.
realize.
Your back rub.
I didn't realize there was a whole concierge service that we provide.
no, we really want people to be
Have a good
happy here.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
With that. Okay.
Can you even imagine? But wait, there's more. Before we even talk about this, wait, there's more.
For that, I just didn't know it was a two-man operation.
Oh, it's 2-man operation and then some assistants.
Assistance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's people to make sure that that they have what they want to eat. There's people that wait for their car outside when it pulls up to bring them in.
How come I
Listen
can't
to
get any of these
this.
services?
I don't know.
No,
This is
nobody-
amazing.
This.
No, I'm walking around trying to flush a toilet. I'm there examining the toilet for.
Letterman had less staff.
Dude, this is amazing.
Imagine. Can you even imagine that they need to have assistants? Because Steve Brandano clearly cannot ask John Cena, who drove down himself from Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe a PR person is meeting him there.
This-
Maybe one of his lackeys. Maybe he came with one of his buddies. Whatever. But a Steve Brandano who flew in from New York to just say, "Hi, how are you? I'm Steve Brandano. Let me show you to your seat." Can't also find out
Well,
what.
aren't they delegating to the assistants on top of that?
Can you imagine? This
No,
is
I can't. This is literally the worst run production company in the history of everything.
absolutely
The company that made the Toxic Avenger laughs at these guys.
a circle jerk. It's a giant circle jerk of
It's a bunch of gravy trainers, bro.
activity.
It's just literally a bunch of gravy trainers. They're just all they're doing is going on field trips, basically.
Yeah, but
We can literally do what they just described with
See,
one talent coordinator or a local PA.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to me. Hold on, let's see if
Can I just say it's like the celebrities are getting an audience with the Queen, like they
This is
like
yes,
this is amazing.
it's
And you know what?
shocking,
What's
right?
funny is I don't think they're self-aware. They don't realize that this is a joke. That they
Cool.
are so horrible at what they do.
Queen Elizabeth had less staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, her corgis had less stuff.
All right, let me see if there's anything on the Stern Show about John Cena. All right, here's John Cena on the Stern Show. Hang on a second. Let me get to that in one moment. I'm going to play it for you as soon as I let me see what other clips I have before we get to John Cena. It's just a really quick clip. I don't even know what the discussion was here, but just
I come from such a long line of scumbags. It's unfucking believable.
his whole family.
I have a
Just-
grandfather, a great grandfather, I think. According to my mom, like now she's spilling the beans.
Oh.
Like now I'm finding out everything. Everything was like perfect when I was little, you know.
I thought you told us time and time again that your mother's family was horrible. That he tried to, put his children up for adoption.
Didn't they also all pass away in the Holocaust?
I thought so. I don't.
Yeah.
What's going on.
It's a moving target.
It's always been a moving target.
But someone asked a question. Typically, especially like we day play, when you go to a production place, there's one person in the lobby that buzzes you in. They show you where everything is, and that's all you really need.
Yeah, but these are
Let's
his.
say if it's a talent that's coming in, they will touch base with the technical person that's going to lead them into the studio, and that's all you need.
But doesn't the PR person actually do this? Doesn't the PR person?
No.
make-
There's no
everything that's going
PR
on?
person. There is no PR person. There's a person at the lobby, a receptionist.
You know, of course there
that
is.
does most of, and under normal circumstances with normal companies, that's how it's run.
Yeah, but this is a
There's a
corporation
bunch of sat sacks there.
paid for by the company. There's no.
It's no difference than some of the talent I've worked with, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. What say you, Mr. Judy?
No, it's like what is that? The beginning of Get Smart. It's like you go through the vaults and like
Yeah.
like another vault, another door. Like it's makes you feel special, I guess.
I love the opening.
See, if Howard really was as witty or whatever, on Monday he would bring them on in. What did you guys do on Wednesday? Can you tell me? And I guarantee none of them would actually have like anything that they actually did. I mean,
No,
it's ridiculous.
they don't do anything.
And keep in mind, I've worked with John Cena. It's not like like oh maybe he's a certain way. No, it's just so these guys are just oh man, they're just a bunch of
It's
gravy
just-
trainers.
I know. Okay, so listen to this clip. This is a great one. Going back to the hair thing.
Gary's really great. You know what? Look at me. Look at the back of my head, Gary, up close.
Look
You
at
can
my
see
head,
gray
Gary.
in my hair now.
You can see gray.
I'm a
in
lot
my
older.
hair.
Really?
Walk behind me. That's my height, but the back of my head if you're in front of me.
Yeah.
See, I got a lot of gray.
Listen
So
to
you're
this.
hiding the gray in the back.
Yeah, I'm not allowing it to come forward.
How come it's not in the front?
Because I don't want it in the front. That's what people see. I
I know.
want to look young.
I like.
How exactly are you doing that, Howard?
Is there video of this on the app or something? I would love to see this.
I wish there was. I'm going to show you all the video that the Stern Show has thrown out to us.
Did Gary really go behind them?
I'm positive that's not going to be a clip. That's yes. Xavier did cut John Cena's lawn. That's exactly what he did. Blew away all the leaves.
Leaf blower time.
Leaf blower time. and a little-
Mantequilla.
Exactly.
No, mantequilla.
No, mantequilla. Diabetes. Okay, so he gets letters. This is really quick before John Cena comes in. Here's like a letter that came in for Wolfie.
Well, some fans disagree. Wolfie is great, Howard. After you retire, he could get a job as a correspondent for 60 minutes. Yeah, like a pervy
Oh,
60
sure.
minutes.
Yeah. In what world did somebody write that? That's obviously nobody would write that letter to the Stern Show. Well, nobody writes letters. Nobody takes the time to say, "Gee, I wonder what the email address is for the Stern Show," and then goes out of their way to compose an email to send out to the Stern Show. It's just curious to me. So here is John Cena finally arrives after many, many commercials. I guess he was running just a snurch late. And the first thing he says to Howard is really quite weird. So here we go.
You look good, my friend, in a suit, no less. Wow. Let me take it in.
Let me take you in.
The peacemaker is here. Wow. You look good.
Oh, thank you so much. Everything all right?
I mean, what do you mean?
I mean,
Does he look sick to you?
What are the problems in your life right now? What are you
you
struggling
know,
with?
you know, it's funny you say, is everything all right? Because I figure a guy like you, who's handsome and muscular, you look at me and go, he's probably sick. That's why he's not working out. You know, I look like a guy who just never worked out. And
You do. You do look like a guy who just never works out. All right. So
Well, he hasn't.
let's see what John Cena looked like today and see what's going on there. Hang on a second. Here we go.
why did your advisors, why did they tell you not to do the Barbie movie? I mean, at the time they probably thought, well,
So it's not a big team, which I'm grateful for. I don't have a publicity
Look at that
department.
suit.
I don't have I have a manager only because it's me and him. We're kind of like just a two-pronged fork, and an agency that goes out and tries to look for work. And I don't put it past them. They're just going on what they know.
So all he has is a manager. He has one person. He has a one-person team. So Gary and Nowicki or whoever it was, and some assistants, and John Hine all had to fly down there for a man who drove by himself down to Tampa.
Of course.
To come. He looks like Al Capone's lawyer. Exactly, Azores. He does exactly look like that.
And what they know is this entity, this commodity, gravitates towards these things. We should stay in this lane.
It's so weird how they have him in a little baby-sized chair. He looks like a dwarf, doesn't he? Is that like a weird demeaning thing that they do? Like, I'm not even understanding.
The camera angle is I mean that's part of the problem, right?
It looks like a dwarf. It's sad I
looks like
can't comment on this.
It looks like a Saturday Night Live sketch. It'd be like big guy, little coach.
But I'm not a commodity. I'm a human being, and I operate under the construct of every
I'm a human
opportunity is an
being.
opportunity. And I read the script of the movie. I tried my hardest to be in the
He is
movie,
in
but
the
we were
beta
filming
chair,
fast,
so.
filming next door. And then when I finally got connected with,
Oh
we'll
my
make you a
God,
merman.
God.
You'll be in it for
This
half
was
a
so
day.
funny. Honestly, seeing John Cena in Barbie as a merman was hysterical. It's one of those things where you look at it and it's like, who is? Oh, wait, it's John Cena as a merman.
Yeah, sure. But I think the perspective from an agency standpoint was this is beneath you, which I get that. But also to the agency's
Such a
credit,
weird- it's a
immediately
weird
they not
visual,
ultimately
honestly,
making
it really
economics.
is.
Get all into another chain.
It's a bad chair they bought.
Yeah,
The seat is low.
It's a weird two shot though. I mean, look how much space they have over their heads. That's just a weird shot.
Weird, like the whole right.
I
and
mean,
then
that's
the camera's
that is like
probably up
breaking
here, right?
every rule when it comes to like
Well,
shooting two people.
They hire crappy staff, and this is what you get.
Yeah,
It looks like they're filming them from a Nest camera on the wall.
yes, it does.
It's
So
like literally when you see like those footage of crimes when they see like
Like yeah, interrogation
drone
room.
footage.
Exactly.
The Rock going off and acting.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna
so
job
on
this
and on
angle
about the Rock and
lockdowns
you
in
know,
2 days. I'm not going to be there. It's putting his
Whatever.
work right now.
it's
Well,
just
now
a-
you
was that
understand.
a three
Of
shot?
course.
Is it a three
So-
shot?
And what is
No, it's a two shot. Only two.
pulling me away
There.
from being
Have
there.
we seen Howard yet?
There.
Close up?
In other words,
No.
were you like, hey,
It's really weird. Like
I respect
No,
the
no.
WWE
I
Although
get
I
there
gotta
every
tell you,
day
I think his
when-
hair
oh
looks
my
a
god,
little. Oh, there's Howard. Let's see.
going off and acting and everything, and you were vocal about it.
absolutely.
So it became a real feud between.
Oh, look at that hair. That's beautiful.
The mic is still in his face, right?
Yeah.
absolutely. He's still hiding.
and
son.
he talked about Beth buying him a polo shirt, and he's wearing like a t-shirt and sweatshirt, t-shirt with a sweatshirt on
That's
it.
a horrible shot. That
Horrible.
is a horrible shot, man.
Oh my god,
And I
yeah.
guarantee you, that's his verbiage. You cannot zoom in on me.
No,
Yeah, I
no.
think you're right.
Why?
But this
And what
is a
stupid-
3-camera
what
stop,
stupid
right?
thing
Or
it's
is that
an
the same
ignorant
camera that's just turned at him?
I have rained
No, okay, those are two different cameras right there.
Do you
It's
think
a 3-camera shoot.
wrong.
do you think underneath his desk he has a what's it called, a video screen of what he looks like the whole time?
You know what? I don't think he does. I mean, he could, but I mean, it'd be weird. You mean like a little video village kind of deal?
Yeah, just to make sure he's,
I doubt it, dude. He is so self-conscious. He literally, if you could film him from like a blimp, he would go for it.
He could probably look from camera 1 to camera 2 at any point though, and see what it looks like.
I don't know what his setup is, bro. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because you would see the reflection on his glasses. Well, if they got closer than 30 feet from him.
But isn't it true he drove Howard TV crazy with all that stuff? So I don't know. He probably thinks of it. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine he wouldn't.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Got into like that really dark, deep spot where he just went on and on about father hunger and stuff like that. And these clips are just so pathetically Howard. They're just pathetically Howard. Here we go.
That's why I couldn't wait to talk to you. I sensed that you didn't get the attaboy. Oh, John, you're wonderful. You're a lovely boy. Yay, John. And yet you had the wherewithal to go and love learning, experimenting with things, going to the gym. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how you do that.
Nobody cares about these questions.
Nobody gives a shit. No, Frank, you're gonna hear there was like a part where he started bringing up the whole Vince thing. But let me just go through some father hunger because this one killed me as well.
It would force him to give me an attaboy.
I don't know how you do that.
So I think a lot of it was trying to prove my dad's ideology wrong.
Yeah.
But I think maybe and this is just me playing, armchair therapist, maybe by me proving him wrong, it would force him to give me an attaboy,
It's, it kills me because I have that same desperation for love. My father was a radio. He worshiped guys who had a microphone in front of him. He would record Don Adams and Larry Storch and all the great voice guys. And he looked at them with such adoration. I wasn't conscious of it, but I wanted to impress him.
We've heard it all before.
This is so, tired.
I know.
I've asked you guys, do you think I don't think he goes to therapy anymore, but if he does, do you think I
think he does.
I think that he asked the therapist, give me some good questions to ask so I can, be an armchair therapist, like you said, or whatever.
I don't think he would. I think he just steals the questions.
He's been in it for so long that he knows the lingo. He can talk the talk now.
Yes.
People that have been in therapy for a long time talk to you like they're in therapy, and you can read it from how they talk to you. And you say, "Oh, this person's definitely in therapy."
And they think they know what they're talking about, but they don't.
You feel like you're really in touch with your inner child, Monique, and it's like, "Oh, fuck you! You just get the fuck away."
He assumes that. Nobody wants to hear it. Every famous person is emotionally needy like him.
Yes,
that's what it is. Most famous people are just kind of vain.
This is
why, to be honest.
This is why so many people love that he asks these kind of questions, because who honestly gives a shit? Number one, but number two, feel like, oh my God, he's really in touch with who I am. This is like really.
No, they don't. They don't care.
You know what? Sometimes I think they do. That's why people come him. They don't get the conversations that are deeper than,
The questions are so absurd, though, man.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So then we go into a conversation, and Xavier and I talked about this today, and we actually got into a little argument about it, and I don't know why we argued about this.
I love to argue with Mo so
do
much.
Like argue with
it makes me so happy.
I know, and I sit here sometimes in utter silence, like, what the fuck? Should I just hang up right now?
You should. You should have totally hung up.
Power through. Do I just fucking power through?
Yes.
You're such a twat sometimes.
Anger.
Oh, I love my anger because I don't really raise my voice that often. And I think that you like to elicit that from me. I do. I think you do. You're a bit of a dick. So here's the conversation, and I'll tell you what Xavier said at the back end of it.
Tell me if I have this right. The WWE has a special program or special benefits for guys who work in the WWE. And one of the weird things they offer is they'll pay for you to learn a foreign language.
Yes, they'll cover the costs, and they'll also cover more than partial costs for any secondary education. So if you want to go you want to get your GED, if you're not graduated from high school, if you want to get a bachelor's, master's, doctorate, they'll help you out with that.
So again, what I admire is you humble yourself and say,
Why is he humbling himself? It was a chance to have somebody else pay for him to learn something.
you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this. I want to learn to speak Chinese.
Yeah.
And I mean, that Chinese is a tough language.
Still tough. Still kicks my ass every day.
But you're fluent in Chinese?
Not fluent. It's I'm conversational. That's another thing. I don't want to get people the idea of like, you tried this and now you're excellent at it. I've been studying that for 10 years, man, and it's still a fight. It's a fight.
I don't know how you look at language, but I see that as a superpower. Like one of my daughters is fluent in Spanish, and I go crazy from it because I think it's so great. Like,
Oh, shut up.
What about Beth?
Yeah, what about Beth? What
Yeah,
about
it's 7 languages, right?
Yeah, Beth should come in and start speaking Chinese with
She
him.
speaks Chinese,
order?
English, French, and Klingon, I think.
Ordered a French restaurant. He was probably so impressed by her being able to say something like coq au vin or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like, what is that, cock oven? I don't
Can
even
you imagine
No, I can't.
Beth speaking Klingon? How awesome that would be. Kappa! Let the challenge come to me.
Beth can't speak shit. You know, it's gonna be so funny if they ever do go to Paris, and then he comes back and says,
Thank you, John Doe.
you had to see Beth, ordering for us in French." It's like, it's never gonna happen. It will never, never. She doesn't even know conversational French ordering in a restaurant. Like, she couldn't even say the words. I'm positive of this. She's actually stupider than you.
Come on, we saw her like a couple of weeks ago at the Super Bowl thing. She barely speaks English, man.
Barely speaks literal English. Yes, it is true. Okay, same thing. Chaka Khan. Okay, my mother is Spanish. I took like 6 years of Spanish, and I can barely speak the language. Sometimes Xavier will speak
Hola,
to me.
bienvenidos a Radio Gunk. Estamos discutiendo con
Shut up.
la Monique sobre el Pelican Howard Stern.
Shut up. Okay, so we're getting to the end of the handling. Oh, so it goes into like a Vince McMahon thing. And like and subscribe. Let me do that right now because I'll forget to do the like and subscribe. Here we go. Don't forget to like
Mr.
and
Dangles.
Mr.
Linguistic.
Dangles.
Mr. Dangles.
So here he is talking about the whole, what? Here he is talking about the whole Vince McMahon thing and just wondering how Cena handled it. What?
Oh, Franks kills me. Tu culo es dulce como miel.
I love when you talk like that because you sound like a radio DJ or like somebody on like
Something like that.
doing a commercial.
Radio Ranchito me gusta más.
Okay, shush. Listen. So so he goes into a whole thing about Vince McMahon, and I have to confess, I wasn't really so like hot on the topic of Vince McMahon and what he did, and I have to take off my sweatshirt. Don't kill me. Just talk amongst yourself.
Oh, here we go. I hate this fucking show. Jesus Christ. Why do I keep doing this?
So my shirt says, just in case you were wondering.
Oh my God. I can't
Where are we?
stand this. Oh, every single show's the same as the last one.
Reveal is
Over and
what I'm
over and over again.
learning today.
Jesus.
Muy poquito español me hablamos, pero mi madre es español.
Sí.
But yo no hable español.
No.
Look, this is old school
I don't know if that's a positive thing. I'm pretty sure that's not a positive.
he ever made. When I was still working and I used to give them away for free.
I admit I failed out of Spanish, so I'm just as bad.
The worst. The worst.
No speako minimum wage.
So yeah, I wasn't really aware of the whole Vince McMahon thing and how vile and disgusting he was. And the
He
fact
took
that
a Grover on a broad, dude.
yeah, who's that other guy who did that? McAfee? McAfee was that
Wait,
guy
let's
too.
be honest. Who doesn't?
He so Vince McMahon apparently took a duty on a girl and told her to just stay
Each
with
guy
her.
needs that douche.
Don't move.
Look at this.
Can you imagine
We're
the
multinational now.
poop that is poopy? I literally I have picked up my dog's poop and have gotten a little bit on my finger and have almost vomited. And you cannot You cannot get poopy off of my fingers fast enough. Like there's
Yes. Or as Sin Lu would say, Unsen Scheiße now.
So here he is talking about Vince McMahon, but the interesting part of the whole conversation was that John Cena turned it back on Howard. So, and we all know that Howard is just rife with people that are in his vortex, who have been part of the whole Me Too and all that stuff. All right, so hold on a second. Let me just
Sin, no speaking Deutschen?
quiet. Let me play a clip.
And at the same time, also, you don't love what he's being accused of, obviously. What do you do? I mean, how do you handle those situations? I mean,
Well,
I don't know how to handle them.
Well, so how do you handle yours?
Oh,
Well,
let's find out.
it's interesting. There are some people I no longer want to associate with because and it's almost not fair because it's not like they've been on trial, but there's been accusations that are disturbing. So I go, can I be personal?
He can't even answer the question. Like he's really having a hard time articulating an answer to this. And this is something that we have talked about for months and months and months and years about. How does he address all these people that are in his vortex?
He doesn't want to get ostracized out of the Hamptons, circle. So like we don't know what he's, who he's seeing there, but
yeah. Okay, let's listen to it.
I'm friends with this person, and some people I can because there's lines in my mind where things are drawn, but some people I can't. Because it's too big a mountain to climb. In other words, if any of this is true, I can't know you.
So that's his excuse for, I don't know. Let's talk about it. Is he still friends with them? Probably not. Harvey Weinstein has like aged out and is like almost dead. By the way, this is a classic picture of Beth with the most hideous dress I've ever seen in my entire life. And something that you guys probably don't know of, but something that came to be known as the Botox barnacle.
Oh, Jesus.
It has a
totally
tremendous thing on her head. And
she kind of has that Rocky from The Mask thing going right there.
I know her head is almost like an ancient find in Inca, like a Peruvian find in a cave.
Oh, and like the ones in Chile?
Like
Easter Island? Archaeologists will unearth her one day.
But yeah, I remember looking up how much that dress was. It was something shockingly expensive, like shockingly.
Yeah, what's up going on with that arm, dude? Look at that.
Yeah, it's just
looks like she can scratch her ankles with like just standing up.
It's just brutal. And who's this?
Oh.
Me neither.
Okay. Mad. Best of friends at the time. How weird he looks in this picture too. Study that one. Jesus Christ.
They ghosted that guy. Like,
oof.
It went from like Beth loves him to who?
Who?
Oh, look at that wig, bro. Look at that.
How weird he looks in that picture. They both do.
It's weird. Yeah.
Like right after he got that nose job. This was like AGT times.
Like he doesn't know how to get an age-appropriate wig. Something that's a little thinning.
Brutal.
Looks somewhat real. Dude, that's just
but please
brutal.
do go on and tell us about how you don't wear leather and how you're a pescatarian and how
yes, absolutely,
very anti, killing animals and stuff like that. We love to hear about that. Oh, my favorite couple, Alex and Ilaria. Lying sexist shit. Let's look at that picture.
I say he still talks to them.
I agree. I think they're on the okay list.
Oh, look at that. Jesus.
Yeah, full set of new teeth that he had for AGT. Full set.
But I mean, look how.
Facha brute.
If you guys been to Madison Square Garden, it's really bright in there. You can't see anything. It's like it has
Black
the
hole.
density of a neutron star.
Yes, it is. It is a neutron star.
Literally, the density. Like, there's no. They're not even trying to be realistic, man.
dying star. That's really what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, so he loves to talk about people have gotten into high water. All right, so the show is over. I mean, Dennis and I were just going on and on about wrap it up, and he's trying to get out the door, and he's like, I know you've been here for a while, and I thank you for coming in. It is literally 10:45 at this point. Here's the question.
Can you cry on command on a film? If I said to you, listen, you need to cry in this scene.
I can, but I need some time to find a reason to.
What is your go-to, your dad?
No, it's a lot of stuff.
This is where it goes to. This is where
Yeah,
it goes
it's always
to
the dad.
5, where you're like, Jesus effing Christ, can we just finish with this stupid show? Can we just be done with this? Please, for the love of God, let us be done. Let us be done. So they got into this conversation. So I wanted to talk to you boys about this and tell me what you think. And again, John Cena's on his way out the door. This is just those
Hey,
tail
do you
questions.
think Howard sniffed the chair after he left?
I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
So they brought up this conversation. I didn't know anything about this, but apparently it's like a really big deal about the fact that they were scrubbing this. So let's talk about it at the back end. Here we go.
Coyote versus Acme.
Yes.
A lot of fans couldn't wait to see this movie. You were in the movie. Coyote versus Acme was Wile E. Coyote
Great
suing
premise. Great premise.
The Acme Corporation.
and rightly he should sue Acme because he never was able to kill anything with any of the products that they used.
Yep.
And that was the premise of the movie. I've heard from people it was a good movie.
Well, when you look at the scoring, that would indicate correctly.
Can you quickly comment on why they killed this movie and no one has ever seen it?
By the way, this is absolutely not a question that Howard would know anything about. This is absolutely from the back room. He has no
John
idea
Hine.
how he's talking about.
Or this movie. I mean, this question was approved by John Cena because
Baba Booey.
you can't. No topics that are what do you call it, like hot topics. He usually doesn't go near.
This is true. Let me finish the clip.
Because it's theirs. That's as quick as you can get.
But does it irk you that you did this work in the movie?
Howard, what's within my
You
control?
got paid.
He got paid. That's exactly right. Basically, Warner Brothers put $90 million to Coyote versus Acme. And people are saying exactly this. Why deleting and destroying finished movies like Coyote versus Acme should be a crime. So
It's for tax write-offs.
because I don't. Yes, that's
It's
exactly
really
what
weird.
I said. I don't understand it though. A variant of this thinking is becoming accepted strategy at major entertainment corporations like Warner Brothers, which adopted a scorched earth brand of accounting after its 2022 merger that sought to reduce debt. One of WBD's most notorious post-merger decisions was deleting an entire finished Batgirl that had an estimated budget of $90 million to claim a tax write-off. You're exactly right. Deeming it had bad to the point of unreleasability. But it remained a mystery because nobody really basically, had seen it other than a couple of people. Company seems determined to do it again with another one of their productions, a live-action animated hybrid, Coyote versus Acme. A comedy based on a New Yorker humor piece about Wile E. Coyote suing the Acme Corporation that reportedly cost $70 million. Co-stars John Cena, Will Forte, directed by Dave Green. Film is already done and had performed exceptionally with test audiences in the high 90s, according to a Rolling Stones article. So how do you not sell that off to somebody else?
The new bosses, they must have watched it, and for whatever, the new boss is like, this is not funny, and just gets rid of it.
Yeah, but I mean, the weird part is you can just put it on streaming. It's not like it's gonna cost. You have to distribute it.
Where's the harm in that?
I mean, who knows, man?
But then the little I know, I think they can't say it's a tax write-off. I don't if they put it on streaming.
Public outcry caused the company to backpedal in November 2023 and said that they would sell the movie elsewhere. But Drew Taylor of The Wrap has reported that the company never entertained any negotiations about their asking price, demanding not a penny less than $70 to $80 million for the privilege of owning a project that they would only gain $30 million by scrubbing from their own ledgers. Curious. So they only gained $30 million by scrubbing a $70 million movie.
Hey Mo.
Yeah.
Hey Mo. In 90 days, that Jerry Lewis clown movie is going to be released finally.
Oh yeah, what goes on with that?
I don't know. We should do a viewing if we can. We should do
Day.
that'll
The
be
clown died
so
or
cool.
something.
Yeah, the day the clown cried.
I don't know if you guys heard of this, but like there was a Jim Caviezel movie last year, if you know who he is.
Yeah, sure.
And I guess it got released from a studio, and then the whoever bought it made gazillions of dollars, and so the studio that sold it looked like idiots, and so maybe they don't want to sell things now in case it's a hit.
And they
Who
would look
knows?
stupid doing that.
It's a freaking cartoon. I mean,
Well, no, live
anybody see that LeBron sequel to Space Jam?
Yeah,
It's just complete garbage. How could it be worse than that?
cartoon live animation
Oh.
literally was born and died with Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, I was gonna say X, or it could be the next Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Jerry Lewis
And
long.
by the way, the whole premise. Yeah, Coach, I did see your comment, bro. That's why I commented on it. Sorry, Coach. I'll make sure to give you full credit moving forward.
I wish we knew what you were talking about.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. Coach said he saw your comment. His comment on Jerry Lewis's "The Day the Clown Cried,"
I thought it was.
and it just reminded me that it's being released this year.
Yes, June 2024. It will be
Yes.
available to scholars for viewing in the
Well,
research
you're a
center.
scholar, right? We have a scholar somewhere here.
I feel like you could get us in there.
I bet Mr. Dangles can get in.
Oh,
Only if he shows up with his puppet.
Are you
That'd be so
saying
awesome.
we have to go to like the Library of Congress to see it, or it's going to be on
I
Netflix?
don't know, but it'll be released. So
Harry
there
Shearer
there's that.
claims it's worse than you think it's going to be.
Oh, I believe it. I believe him.
Yeah, Shearer's take on it is hilarious. It makes me laugh every time. With most of these kind of things, you find that the anticipation or the concept is better than the thing itself. But seeing this film was really awe-inspiring in that you are rarely in the presence of a perfect object. This was a perfect object. This movie is so drastically wrong. Its pathos and its comedy are so wildly misplaced that you could not, in your fantasy of what might be like, improve on what really is, say, "Oh my God." That's all you can say.
Harry Shearer, he's that guy from The Simpsons and Spinal
Yeah,
Tap.
he has that warped head, and he looks like a thinner
funny
Ron
guy.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
A thin Ron Jeremy. That's all I got about Harry Shearer. All right, let me see what I'm going to finish up with. I have
He's a
more-
rich man from The Simpsons, man.
Indeed, they all are. Okay, so of course, naturally, the conversation is
Or
over,
has it on Laserdisc.
and then Robin throws in her 2 cents. Here we go.
I love you, and
Can I say
there is
something?
bad
Because
news.
This has been a
You want Ben
fascinating-
Franklin instead?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
say
John
something?
Cena's Ben Franklin.
I'll do
like
that.
Yes, Robin. Go ahead. Robin, big wrestling
This
fan.
has been a very revealing conversation and such a joy to listen to.
Thank you,
The
brother.
first surprise was that you're 47.
I'll be
you could-
47
you
April
could-
23rd.
You could do this for another 10 years. I don't think 50
Man.
is the end.
10 years.
Your words, I
Great.
hope.
She
Yeah,
likes
but-
the way
It's
you look.
amazing.
Just
And
how
Maybe
you
you
feel
shouldn't have
after.
Oh, but there's more. There's more because Robin needs to have the last word because she doesn't get to talk through the. Yeah, listen to this rambling incoherency.
but these so much wisdom, like you say that you get older, you get wiser. I don't necessarily believe that about everybody. I think
No,
a lot
that's
of people
true.
get older and they're just old. And
Yeah, that
have
happened to me,
much wisdom.
unfortunately. But I can't
Not
get
true. Not true.
But,
Very well.
but
But thank you very
was-
much for saying that. I
I learned
appreciate
a
it.
lot today. Thank you.
Oh, fuck off, Robin. Like, this serious.
Oh, my God.
They're so stupid. This is
Go smoke some more ayahuasca. Oh,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
She's just trying to make Howard feel good. Like, oh, you were
I'm
so,
an
you know,
intellectual. What is
Yeah.
porn?
this is the best ever.
Ever, and you
I
know
was
they're going
just
to get all
about to
sorts
say
of
that.
letters from people saying how amazing it was and how amazing the interview was, but it was really just your usual psychobabble bullshit. And then it ended, and then they were like, "All right, goodbye," and that was the end of the road. Now, why are you saying this, G. Canada? He says Cena is so hopped up on painkillers, it's not even funny. Too much abuse of his body. Why would he want to?
Actually, that's probably accurate.
Yeah, I mean, they all are, right?
I mean, every wrestler I've ever worked with, their bodies are just shot. It's a brutal schedule those guys have to maintain.
Is it worse than football?
Yes, because literally, like they'll do like one of those, like a WrestleMania or whatever, SummerSlam, and then literally you think, okay, they can have some time off. They literally like the next day they have to go do a charity event, or they have to do this, and they literally never. They will keep them on the road for like 9 to 10 months at a click, where they're doing something scheduled every single day, and they know that if they don't do it, there's another dude right behind them that will gladly jump in.
Do it bigger, better, faster, and cheaper.
I don't know bigger or better, but they will do it.
The one thing I'm going to give John Cena, which I just, we talked about today, John Cena sets a new Guinness World Record by granting
Hey,
Make-A-Wish wishes. And you know
Aw.
what? That's a good thing. That is,
absolutely.
Guinness Book of World Records recognized the actor and WWE superstar for the most wishes granted to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, coming in at 650. I think that's awesome. I think if I was like famous and popular, I would, it's the very least you can
Hey,
do.
should we contact Make-A-Wish, see if Mr. Whiskers can show up to some
I don't-
kids' hospital?
I'm going to go it now.
Hello, bastards.
Yeah, so good. on-
drugs?
good.
I see they got you on morphine, little Timmy.
Okay, so that's a good thing that John Cena has done. I think that. Oh,
Good for him. Would it be great if he just went there and dropped elbows on these kids? Boom!
look at this. Make-A-Wish added in a statement that John Cena is the most requested celebrity, and that no one except for Cena, no one has ever granted more than 200 wishes in foundation history. You know what? You're all a bunch of shit. If you can't grant a child like a Make-A-Wish thing, really, if you're in
But
there,
no, listen, and
there,
listen. I'm no fan of the dude, but the fact that he can make it in his schedule to do that, that's pretty impressive.
absolutely, I am so impressed by that. You know what? The only thing that would stop me from doing something like that, if I was famous, quite honestly, is I hate to see people in pain. I rarely have ever been in a hospital. I don't like being in hospitals, and I don't like seeing people in hospitals, and I don't like seeing people at their weakest. Like seriously, I'm pretty adverse to that and funerals. Like I don't do either. And so to see a child who has a terminal disease would probably kill me. I can't even imagine the feeling of seeing that. Really, I can't.
Do you think this interview and the Billy Joel they'll try to put it on HBO?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think. I think the HBO thing was like a once shot with Bruce. I don't think it did well. I don't think that anybody's looking for him to do more of these. I don't know. I mean, John.
But, to finish our painkiller thought, yeah, absolutely. That dude at his age is probably his body is probably brutalized, and the reason they do it is because there was this dude a long time ago. When I was a kid, the Ultimate Warrior, who was like the biggest dude ever, and they just dropped that guy like a bad habit from one day to the other. So these guys know that no matter how big you get in that WWE,
They're only as good.
they can just boom, goodbye.
Of course. Son of Overbook, what are you talking about? John Cena was a total bitch during COVID. It was pathetic. What do you mean by that?
Do we really have to go down this road?
And all of them pass away early unless your name's Hulk Hogan, right?
100%.
Yeah, that's
And
actually.
Hulk is a mess in real life. The dude, I mean, he can barely walk. He is. I don't know what he does when he has to do his little, whatever. But he definitely, that dude's body is just destroyed.
Well, that's what they do to themselves. I mean, who else?
No, yeah, that's kind of comes with the, It comes
I don't
with
remember what the
part of
conversation was about how he felt about The Rock, but I don't care. That's another guy. I was looking up his net worth the other day. It was somewhere
trillion billion
north
dollars.
of 800 million. So
Yeah.
another one who won. They all win. They all win in the end. So Howard did 2 days of work this week. So it, of course, is his Friday, which means, of course, it's our Friday. I have been told countless times that we need to do a call-in show. So I guess we're going to have to do that at some point in the very near future. I have been told that we need to do a AMA show. So I'm guessing that we're going to have to do that in the near future. Yeah. Maybe I'll come on Saturday night and you guys can do an AMA with me. How about that?
So you think? Oh, do you think he's going to be in next week? I guess that's the question then.
Why? He was only in 2 days this week, so why wouldn't he be?
Well, spring break's coming up at the end of next month.
Is it a holiday?
he always takes spring break off. Though.
I'm not.
Remember, it started off because I want to be with Ashley. I don't want to miss her, and then he's turned into. I'll take a couple of weeks off just because I'm a bitch.
I'm loath to do calendar, but let me look at 2023.
And he hasn't mentioned any.
Let's go to the calendar.
Did he mention any stars for next week?
No.
Okay.
So last year, this time, in March, he was off 2 weeks, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and the 13th, 14th, 15th.
There you go.
So he worked until the end of February, and then he took off for spring break 2 weeks in March. And that's probably what he'll do this year, too. Where are we in the calendar? We're at the 21st. So
We are.
let's look at
And
that.
I hate leap years.
Oh, yeah. So he'll work
We
next
have a
week.
29th next Thursday.
Yes. So he'll work next week, and then based on 2023, he will then be off for 2 weeks. So, yes, during the time that he is off, we'll do an AMA and we'll do a call-in show, but we'll see. We'll see when he's off. Whatever. Coach, I would love somebody to be the call-in screener, but as it is, I don't know how to do the call-in show. And, I am the laziest podcaster alive, so I know I've been promising to work on this, but I haven't gotten around to it. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so that's it. That's all we got. So I would love for you guys to call in when we do the call-in show. I have the phone ready to go and to connect to my computer. And, yeah, we just got to make sure that it goes right. No, John, we're going to do a call-in show. We'll do it. We'll do it. I promise. I have a Google Voice line. I have all this stuff, but then that would negate the phone number, which is 252 Gunk Radio, which I actually paid for so that we could have something stupid that sounded similar to what we were. I think that's like a phone number in Idaho or something. I don't even know where it is, but yeah, Gunk Radio. But yeah, so we'll get around to that.
Live from Nova Scotia.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jude Tenuta.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This week. I love that you were able to join us and
Thank you.
And bring a little something to our otherwise lackluster boredom of a show.
And,
I mean,
don't forget DJ's Classics. I think he's got a new video out.
Yes, he does.
And
there's 2 new videos out. So
yeah, so tune in for that. And you know what? Go to the Depening anyway, and go say hi.
Just go say hi.
Just go say hi.
Go say hi
Hope John
and hope that everything is okay on the arm side of
absolutely.
the world. All right. So we shall see you anon. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you again, MJT. And Xavier, as always. And,
Thank you.
Later, guys. Goodbye. Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at radiogunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Radio Gunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.